the Democratic candidate for Attorney General, it's an elected position in Virginia, is a guy named Jay Jones. And Jay Jones, who is 36 years old, has been outed for openly and actively wishing for, praying for, and desiring the death of Republican lawmakers in Virginia. And not just that, but their children too. There appears to be nothing Jay Jones would like more than to see some of his Republican opponents, because he used to be in the State House there, die slowly and painfully in the view of their spouses, and also for their children to die slowly and painfully in the arms of their mothers, so that Jay Jones can achieve happiness. This is beyond sick. And this effort, hat tip to Audrey Fahlberg of National Review Online, who got this exclusive. She did a great job. He's not getting out of the race. He's not even being asked to by virtually anyone. Literally, it was not until this morning when somebody over on Morning Joe was like, oh, he should step down, that I heard a Democrat say anything about him stepping down. Instead, what we've seen across the board is all of the Democrats saying, oh, it's bad, those are bad comments, but no. But let's not get distracted. This is what his pastor, the pastor at a local church, who's also a former speaker, right? Is he former speaker or current speaker? He's current speaker of the Virginia House of Delegates down there, had to say about it on Sunday.
So we need to understand something. We have to be mature in our thinking and how we vote. We can't get distracted because they want us to get distracted by a text message here or something else. Stay focused.
It's a distraction. I mean, if we're going to be literal, it's a distraction. I can't do the lisp, but the man has a lisp. I'm sorry I'm being mean, but he's condemning the murder of Republican children, so fuck him. He's a pastor? I can't. A pastor is standing up there saying, don't get distracted by the calls of murder of Republican children. Elect Jay Jones. F you. What kind of a church is that? Seriously, what is that? And by the way, that guy too has his own list of problems. That guy was arrested. Oh God, it's in my morning update from my team today. Where is that packet? He was arrested. I'll find it. I think I've got it. Current Speaker of the House, Don Scott. Yeah. He's the first man to serve as the black speaker in the chamber's 405-year history. Yay, good for you. Guess what happened to him? He was convicted of a drug offense in 1994 and served 8 years. Okay, it had to be a bad drug offense. They don't send you to jail for 8 years for smoking the ganj. It's either dealing or you had a large amount or you crossed some serious line when it comes to the drugs. Oh, but don't worry, you don't have to think about that anymore because Joe Biden pardoned him. I mean, the auto pen pardoned him in January 2025 before Joe Biden left the office. So he got a presidential pardon for, quote, a mistake I made in 1994. Just a mistake. Okay, just a mistake. You don't seem to have reformed, sir. You seem awfully pro-crime. Why is that? So he calls it a distraction. Don't get distracted by a text message. Stay focused in church. Okay, in church. That's what happened. And then you have Neera Tanden. She was a top Joe Biden official. She went on TV over the weekend. I think it was Meet the Press. And here's what she said.
And there's not one national Democrat calling for him to step aside. Not one. It's disgraceful.
I absolutely think people should criticize that 100%. I think it was a private conversation he had, but still awful and disgusting.
It's private.
We should condemn that, but then you should condemn when the president calls the Democratic Party the party of Satan.
Yeah, in all fairness.
Why don't we just say both of those things?
I think I've paid the price for saying for political violence on our side.
It was private message. She's talking there with Mike Pence's former chief of staff. It was private. And Trump called us the party of Satan. Look, that is obvious hyperbole. The party of Satan. What does that even mean? I mean, let's be honest. That is classic Trump hyperbole. And you are in no position to cast stones at Trump for using aggravated terms against you, Neera Tanden. You guys are the ones who have been calling him a fascist and a Nazi and a dictator, etc., for years now, and who got him shot. But party of Satan is hyperbole, and it is not nice, but it's not the same as what this guy Jay Jones did in Virginia. Okay, again, I'm going to go into the details of exactly what he texted, but I'm staying surface level here because I'm on the subject of Democrat violence, the assassination attempt against Kavanaugh, etc., the threats to kill, the dreams of killing Republican children in Virginia, the ICE attacks, the actual attacks on Charlie, on Trump, on the three others at his rally. I mean, time and time again, what we see is the left excuses it. They dismiss it. It was a private conversation. Oh, does that make it better? I'm sorry, does that make it better that he, like, it's actually, you could make the argument it's even worse that it's in private, because in private, like, you actually must really mean it. Like, if you see the text exchange, it's private, but like, he's really trying to persuade the moderate Republican in the Virginia House that he's inadvertently texted, but now just throughout the whole conversation doubles down. He does not care that he's received an unwilling recipient to these messages. He just keeps trying to convince her that he's right, that this Republican adversary in the House really should die. He should be killed. It should be painful. And that also his children should be killed, and they're devil spawn too. They're little fascists, he calls them. And he's really making the case. It's not some passing, I'd be happy to see him at the bottom of a lake. That too is hyperbole. It's not nice, but that's a general kind of unfortunate, nasty comment. This guy gets specific. He knows exactly what he wants to see done to this Republican opponent. And when met with a flabbergasted colleague saying, would you stop? This is deeply offensive. I can't believe this. He stops texting. He picks up the phone and calls her. It doubles down. Then she hangs up on him. He triples down. He starts texting again. So yeah, it's private. But in private, he made really clear exactly what he wanted to see happen to this Republican colleague of his. I mean, like, how is this an excuse? Don't get distracted by text messages. The guy wants to be the top law enforcement officer of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Number one, the one who will have to enforce the law against people who make threats like this. How on earth is he going to do that? How will any Republican in Virginia feel comfortable with this guy being their AG? What if you are a lunatic Democrat considering taking two shots at the man he named? How do you like your odds of escaping the long arm of justice when Jay Jones is your AG? As all of this goes on, what do we hear from the left? We hear non-stop messaging about Republicans being fascists, being dangerous. They not only do they not acknowledge what their side is doing, they want to switch the blame and put it on the right. They tweet about how Republicans are authoritarians. Guy Benson made this point in a great ex-post over the weekend. How Republicans are the authoritarians. They have rattled up tempers around ICE to never before seen levels. They are not going to be happy until an ICE agent is killed. I mean, just like they're not going to be happy until Trump was killed. I kind of forgot about the second assassination attempt on Trump on his golf course. That happened too. That was also a leftist. Yeah. We're in new territory. And with, like, look what's happening to it, like Jews, right? With these keffiyeh wearing nutcases outside of the Israeli embassy, right? The left barely said anything about that. They didn't give a shit. Do you think they'd feel differently if an Israeli had shot two keffiyeh wearing Muslims, American Muslims, here or outside of an embassy in Washington, D.C.? You're damn right you would have. You would have heard a lot different messaging. It's just, it only goes one way, but all the messaging in the media goes the other. We do virtually none of this crime, and we get all of the blame for doing it. Did you know gold is up around 40% this year? That's not speculation, it's reality. And if a portion of your savings is not diversified into gold, you are missing the boat. Here are the facts. Inflation is still too high. The US dollar is still too weak, and the government debt is still growing. This is why central banks are flocking to gold. They're the ones driving prices up to record highs. But it's not too late to buy gold from Birch Gold Group and get in the door now. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into one in gold. You don't pay a penny out of pocket. Just text MK to 989898 and claim your free info kit. There's no obligation, just useful information. The best indicator of the future is the past, and gold has historically been a safe haven. Text MK to 989898 right now to claim your free info kit on gold. MK to 989898. Protect your future today with Birch Gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.